Hello! Ethel! Welcome everyone to another Ethel. Deputy hello, Scott hello. Tonight we're going to voice over the new Girls Frontline 2 event. Yeah. Let us do some grinding. Burping. Tetapi hello, Aditya belum. Audrey hello. Man, I had to move this game to HDD. It was on SSD before. Now everything feels so slow. Literally only need one. Anybody hello? I'm gonna do some stuff first. Drinks menu. How much do I have left? Restock. I don't think I have enough to restock. Oh, this thing moves much faster on PC. What the hell? What? Got it. Oh, I should have done that. Oh well. So yeah, this is what I like to do in the new event. I like organize them by color. Then just put the biggest ones on the left, the smaller one on the right. I think we're ready. Thinking event. Ngapain Gumi? Halo. Lagi ngerjain eventnya dikit. Yes, now we do the story. I'll be honest, I don't actually know if the story is voiced or not. If it's voiced, then I don't need to voice over it. Wow. It's taking a while to load it in. Just because it's not an SSD, what the hell? The first rays of daybreak stream in through the trees that line the pavement, shining into the perfectly ordinary little cafe by the side of the street. A girl dressed like a shop attendant is hard at work. She's cleaning up the planters, making snacks, and changing out the coffee beans. She systematically works through the tasks that have to be completed before the cafe can open for business. Perhaps it's because her neural club is occupied by this routine task, but she doesn't seem to notice the footsteps approaching her. Good morning. Springfield circles around the other side of the counter and watches the look of surprise on the other girl's face with interest. No, the thing that sounds embarrassing sounds like, manager. No, wait, no, that sounds like Springfield. Manager. We ate them all in Bimboy voice. It's not often that I find you so distracted, Centauressi. My apologies. Why must you apologize? The point of this cafe is to help everyone live a relaxed life, after all. Centauressi and Springfield look up at the same time. This cafe, decorated in retro style, has a signboard reading Zucchero at its door. Ethel Alala voice. Kuya, hello. The Zucchero Cafe is not only a popular hangout for the local residents, but also a secret clearinghouse run by ex-Griffin dolls to help their colleges obtain information and seek help. After many years, the cafe has gradually put down roots and flourished, and it is entirely due to the efforts of the dolls who run it. Springfield nods to Centauressi and smiles. Well, being able to see you this relaxed proves that my hard work hasn't gone to waste. Of course, I'll continue doing my best with you here on odds, manager. I'll be counting on you. That's it. They are here today. But in that case, we won't need to worry anymore about the security situation. Indeed, right now Zucchero is probably the safest place in the entire city. This also means I'll be able to put all my focus onto the day's task. After all, the preparations for today must be handled with the utmost rigor. You have a point. Let me help you too. Centauressi nods. Springfield steps behind the nearby cabinet and quickly dons an apron. Ooh.
Urat ganteng mentraktir
Urat,
dua personil.
Allah, baba lagi. Thank you.
Baba karya.
Selalu baba karya. Stop. Goodbye, hello at the audiobook. Springfield steps behind the nearby cabinet and quickly dons an apron before helping to portion out the dessert Centauressi has made before placing them into the cold case. Seemingly spotting something of note, Springfield pauses as she tops off the milk in the coffee machine. Then she leans in close and takes a sniff of the grinder hopper. Oh my! Are the beans in the machine from your private reserve of black ivory coffee? These things are too precious for most merchants to sell, even in the satellite city. As I recall, you saved up many collapsed pieces to buy them. Are you going to use them all today? Upon hearing Springfield speak, Centaurus' face flushes a faint pink. Yes, I would like to make the best possible coffee I can today. Centaurus turns the calendar on the counter to a new page with a thoughtful look on her face. Each box on the calendar is filled with entries for events in different styles of handwriting, such as a meet with coffee bean supplier, trim the lawn, 100 Zucchero life, and so on. Iprasalo, yang janay konto janay, why you leaving us and I'm not leaving? Meanwhile, today's box has only one word on it. Reserved. About that. Have you wrapped the gift for our customer yet? Alamak, my voice is kinda dry. Of course. I've modified and cared for it in special ways, just so our customer will feel the full extent of the surprise you've prepared. Well done, Cinderella. You've covered all the bases. I honestly don't know how the cafe would manage without you. You flatter me. All this is just standard procedure. Oh yes, the cookies are almost done. Would you like to try them, manager? I think not. I have some other work I need to wrap up. The rest is up to you. I'll take care of it for you. Centaurus doesn't say anything else, tuning aside to let Springfield through, as though they have rehearsed this movement countless times before. Springfield opens the door to the kitchen and pushes the cake flour on the shelf to one side before moving the syrup on the topmost shelf into another cabinet. After tidying the place up, she moves the cabinet aside, revealing a patch of wall whose colors are brighter on account of not being exposed to the sun as much as its surroundings. Finally, she knocks twice on the wall. The wall section creaks, and then it suddenly splits open along the hidden seam, revealing a secret passage just large enough for a single person to pass through. In the darkness, Springfield expertly feels her way along the walls and finds a switch to it. On it, a light comes on and illuminates the interior. A huge display monitor dominates an cramped room, then turns on with the lights, displaying several locations being monitored by security cameras. Sinolip si Prekna! Hello! Springfield scans the images on the screen, then presses the intercom button below it. Process voice. Right on time, Manager Springfield. We've managed to hire several very capable staffers recently, so I'm much less busy now. So, have you gotten any new stock in lately? Of course I have. What kind do you want? I'll go with coffee beans. I like the sweeter kind. One of our regulars have developed a taste for them. Also, have you received the special blend that Macchiato sent over last time? Oh yes, I have. It was delicious. Pregantal nani? Coffee beans mentioned. TV hello. If you have more next time, I want it all. My, aren't we greedy? Can you blame me when your menu items are all excellent? Now then, back to business. That special guest I mentioned earlier will be visiting us today. I would like to ensure that nothing goes wrong with this meeting. As a supplier, can you provide the coffee beans today? Oh, looks like this guest of yours is quite a VIP. Oh yes, she's our most valuable client after all. I see. And here I thought you were joking when you mentioned it last time. You really are a kidder. I have always taken my work seriously. Sorry, that wasn't what I meant. If you insist. I do have some extra coffee beans that I can supply today, manager. However, there will be an extra charge for a rush order like this one. Of course, we will settle our bill with your per standard procedure. Springfield receives a message. After she reads it, it automatically deletes itself. My, this does help a lot. Ada. Beep 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 beep. Just as she's about to continue, an internal call suddenly comes over her communicator. Pardon me, but it seems we have a bit of a situation in the cafe. We'll continue this later then. The other party hangs up, and Springfield answers the call. She immediately hears a familiar voice. Manager, we spotted several suspicious individuals approaching Zucchero. Should I deal with them? Springfield looks at the screen. The security camera shows several thugs swaggering down the street. It seems they're just troublesome guests, so we'll let Sharkry handle them. Did you hear that, Sharkry? Is it time for Sharky debut at last? It seems there are some troublesome guests to the northwest of the cafe. Please take care of them. Will do. Sharky will give each and every one of them a perfect show. Sharky time. I bet this Sharky is American. She's British now. American, Ethel is Jomokikan. On a building roughly 1 kilometer away from the Zucchero Cafe, Macchiato is lying prone behind a set of guardrails on a balcony, concealed by a camouflage cape. After hearing the voice through her communicator, she finally shifts her gaze away from the optical scope for a moment. As she watches the doll in the distance sauntering off with exaggerated dance-like steps, Macchiato grumbles to herself. Honestly, can we really count on her? While she's a civilian doll primarily intended for the entertainment industry, this young miss has been fitted with a really advanced fire control component. Usually, she's the one who handles troublesome guests like this when you're not around. There is doubt written all over Macchiato's face as she continues studying Sharkry's through her scope. Currently, she is not convinced by Springfield's words. However, the suspicious individuals is a fate from Macchiato's view over the course of the next few minutes. It looks like they would simply lay about. Fortunately, they didn't pose a real threat. Sharkry, how are things now? One moment, manager. This is the last of them. Sakura's voice comes over the transmission. Hey, aren't you from that bar in the underground shopping street? Have you paid your protection money for the moon? If not, you... Wait a minute! Are you a doll? Cici is in driving distance of me. Guys, am I Simpson? Yes, you are. Oh shit! Aye! Ow! Stay back! Run away! The sounds of Flash being bludgeoned fills the channel. See? She's good at this. I guess tricking the enemy with her deceptive appearance must be part of how she gets a job done. What's this? Is that jealousy I hear, Macchiato? Hell no! Who would be jealous of a spoiled little brat anyway? Besides, all I need is a gun in my hand. And that's a wrap! Saki suddenly cuts into the transmission, striking a pose before proudly declaring her work is done. Manager, I finished my mission without a hitch. In the video feed, an arm slowly reaches out from a dumpster behind Sharkry. Isn't it? I think it gets swapped. Sharkry, what's that behind you? Saki glances back and delivers a lightning-fast kick that sends the arm back into the dumpster. It's nothing at all. So you just threw them in the trash. You could have at least dumped them in front of the nearest police box. Oh no, my makeup's running. I need to go touch myself up. You have the stage now, Miss Macchiato? Huh? Hey, wait! I can't believe she was spouting a bunch of crap, then walk off just like that. I called her back. I should come back too, Macchiato. She's not here yet, is she? Maybe I should keep watch until she sets foot into the cafe. The police will keep an eye on things for today. And besides, I'm sure you don't want to be stuck alone on the roof when she shows up, right? Fine, I got it. I'm coming back now, okay? Although she has an annoyed scowl on her face, Macchiato is already getting to work on the final task. First, she opens her terminal and refreshes her data links. Scenes from the cameras monitoring the streets around the Zucchero flash through her mind. Macchiato's neural cloud carefully parses and filters every single suspicious individual and sound, as well as windows and vehicles that could be used to spy on them. The furtive check reveals no suspicious conditions. The surrounding streets are safe. Having reached that conclusion, Macchiato stands up and looks down from the highest ground in the city. As a professional sniper, she knows the layout of this place like the back of her hand. While this is a satellite city in the green zone, she can have a bullet in the opposition skull within half a second of... I'm burping. And within half a second of any threat exposing themselves, should the situation call for it. Considering what kind of occasion this day is, she does not want any unexpected interruptions. After verifying the situation, Macchiato disconnects the data cable that's plugged into the floorboard before returning her exquisite rifle into its valiant case and leaping off the side of the building. She just jump? I need to go touch what? Touch myself up, she say. 20 minutes later, after Zucchero's door chime rings for the last time today, the 4 members of the cafe staff are finally gathered inside the cafe. Thank you, Miss Macchiato. Your coffee is ready. Okay, thanks. Macchiato accepts the cups and gets a whiff. The rich scent of roasted caramel wafts into her nose. She takes a sip and her tense nerves promptly relax. The bitterness is just right, and the foam feels really dense. In any case, at least you didn't try to mess with me and treat me like a kid. You know, you can just praise Entarency directly if you want to. Were you expressing praise just now, Miss Macchiato? You see, the person in question had no idea you were doing it at all. What a pain. I'll be more careful next time. You're really good at catering to everyone's taste in RAC. Man, my voice sounds the same for all of these guys. This hot cocoa tastes super yummy too. As I thought, rather than icky bitter coffee, sweet cocoa really does this super cute sacri best. Kids really are easy to fool. Are you praising Miss Sharky for being cute? Huh? What? Of course not. Looks like apart from lessons on cafe work, Santa Rosie will also need to study up on speaking Macchiato's language too. I'll do my best. Why are you acting so serious about this anyway? Ah, look, Miss Macchiato's ears are red again. Perhaps he's trying to change the subject, or perhaps he's really bothered by something. Annoyed, Macchiato turns to look outside the window, drumming her fingers on the table. Speaking of which, isn't our guest here yet? The dolls all look outside. Crowds of people mill back and forth on the street, but the person they are all hoping to see hasn't shown up yet. The cookies will get cold if she doesn't arrive soon. Time ticks by, and as the sun rises, the anticipation in the girl's heart soon becomes worry. Did something happen to her on her way here? They don't want to speculate on the reasons for it. However, the guest has always been a very punctual person. Ring, 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 ring. The cafe telephone rings in silence. Springfield heads over to the counter and picks it up immediately, as though she's been waiting for it all this time. As she raises it to her ear, she mumbles a shushing gesture to the other members of the cafe. Hello? This is the Zucchero Cafe. Would you like a reservation or a home delivery order? Oh, is it a parcel system you arranged with her? However, the voice on the other end of the line is not the voice they have longed for. Springfield immediately turns to put her back onto the counter and gives the other three dolls meaningful looks. You are... Oh, it's Dandelion. Wait, that's how she looks? She looks different? Hello. Welcome. It's been a while, Miss Springfield. Alright then, let's dispense with the pleasantries. Does the fact that you have this com code mean that you are with her? Oh, it's like... So, are the dolls also like, you know, changes depending on the community's gender now? That's cool. A wise deduction, and yes, I need you to help us out. I need you to help us out right now. You won't refuse us, will you? Please get to the point. Simply put, things have gone wrong as usual, and the threat level is code red. I've sent you the coordinates and the route. Whether or not she'll still be alive depends on how quickly you get there. See you later then, ladies of the Zucchero. After some silence, Dandelion hangs up. What? It seems our guest has encountered some difficulty on her way here. I believe we will need to make a delivery. Manager, we'll be using the emergency action plan? One moment, please. While she has rehearsed this scenario in her neural cloud countless times, Springfield still wants to ensure that the plan goes off without a hitch. Macchiato, go with loadout number 1 and bring as much ammo as possible. After that, you will drive everyone to the objective location. Got it. Sharkry, can you ensure that our order is delivered? I believe you've installed the relevant software already? No problem. Sharky has gone to tons of sim training. And as for you, Centaurasi, I feel we will have to open that gift we were saving for our guest ahead of time. I apologize for that. I know you spent a lot of time preparing for that surprise. That's fine. The gift exists because he needs it. Its value will be maximized if you send it right when it is required. Thank you. Just in case, I will stay in the cafe and provide remote support. If the worst should come to pass, I will activate our emergency measures. If that happens, do not return to the Zucchero. Proceed immediately to the backup safe house and meet there. Understood. Please be careful too. I will. Centauresi, please take care of everyone while you're outside. I'll make sure I keep everyone safe. So when you return, please wait at home for our return. The vanity and blind slowly close. Hold on. Hedging the sunlight outside the cafe, and the sound of the cafe door closing is drowned out by the clack 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 of suns being chambered. Of rounds being chambered. Oh, wait. A place which provides delicious food in times of leisure, and one which protects that which is important in times of danger. Ugh. That is what Zucchero is. Nani kore? Achieve victory. Eliminate all enemies within 7 turns. Okay, we got 3, we got the 4, blah blah blah. Doesn't really matter, to be honest. They're level what? 15? King Kan, hello. Colfin, hello. Con babachi babalam. Abala. Patata, como siempre, no entiendo nada, pero sa disfrutado directo. Burping. I have no idea what you said. But welcome, no. Elite Blaster. Sana. Nani? This guy is not dead in one attack? Ain't no way. Gomena. Where are the sound effects? Pew pew. I'm not voicing over those. Kung suami yang itu di depannya kan dia nggak ngapa-ngapain tadi. Tell me you didn't do anything. Why are you the one posing? Alright, before we continue, I have just enough for whatchamacallit, you know, I have just enough to gacha, so let's do just that. Pew pew pew. Gacha time. Oh wait, hold on. There was also something, right? Other than Animu? Hi! This one is what? Crit rate and attack boost, eh? Sure. Okay, let's go! Shabam! Shabam! Ala, tak dapat charkri. Shabam! Ya, tak dapat. Sad. The sadness. My sadness is immeasurable. Oh, okay. let's continue. Hold on. I think I can bring the cat in, huh? The cat. Two kilometers due west of the Intercontinental Railway transfer station, black-colored IFVs drive out in the mist. The auto can see the turrets sweeping left and right, searching for enemies. There is a large pit in front of these IFVs. On one of them comes to a halt about 50 meters away from the pit. After ensuring the situation is safe, the rare hat slams to the ground. Black armored troopers cautiously dismount, turning on the powerful flashlights mounted on their weapons and illuminating the vast, seemingly bottomless pit before them. The sky starts to drizzle, and the soldiers' bracelets start to turn yellow. However, the troopers ignore the rising particle density. Who's this? After the squad disperses and takes its formation, a red-haired woman emerges from the vehicle. She walks past the troopers and up to the pit. The troopers act like they don't see her. The guns raised as they continue watching the surroundings for danger. She raises a cigarette to her mouth and lights it before looking disdainfully into the pit and taking a puff. The rain unfortunately puts the cigarettes out. The woman scowls, then tosses the cigarette to the ground before forcefully stomping it out. That's on my ass. Shinkamia, hello. It's just the same shit, different day. Behind her, several more IFVs drive up to the pit. Black armored troopers quickly dismount and spread out to scan their surroundings. Soon, they fill up the space in front of the pit. The badges on the black armored troops proclaim them to be from Mangi Security. But their equipment and attitudes are markedly different from the average BMC grunt. The woman changes the channel on her radio and begins giving orders. Everyone listen up. This is a Hazard Level 3 assignment. Charlie, Delta, and Foxtrot teams head down the ground and carry out plan C27. Bravo and Echo teams watch the perimeter. Alpha team stand by. Now as for our ROE. She takes out another cigarette and lights it. After taking a puff, she pauses for a moment. Then the woman slowly exhales a cloud of smoke before giving her orders. Kill everything that moves. The black armored troopers are silent. The women gestures and 3 teams of men immediately pivot and head into the pit, while the other 2 begins establishing a defense line around them. The woman continues to smoking her cigarette. The soldier behind her waits until she's done before walking up and asking her a question. Adjutant 10, why are we deploying 6 combat teams on a single level 3 assignment? Because the brass paid to deploy 6 combat teams. Even so, don't you think 6 teams is a bit too much? Does the black op this time round really bother the brass that much? Just look. 19 points at the terminal in the hand, which shows the view of the trooper's helmet camera system. She grimaces in disgust as she looks at the insignia on the wall, and she covers it up by lighting another cigarette. Paradise again. The squad leader shakes his head. They've been way too active recently. It's been making us look bad too. You mean our nickname? Thanks to all this goddamn backup, even the rest of Mengi's security forces would rather die than let us help them. I mean, have you ever heard the nickname they give us? Omen. Huh. You don't like it? We're the best of Mengi security. We should be something like the Shining Edge, not Omen or whatever. Shining Edge. The woman suddenly laughs out loud, then cuts off laughter by sticking a cigarette into her mouth. After taking a puff and getting her breathing under control again, she begins to speak. Frankly speaking, I actually like that name. Nobody who hears it's going to have any illusions about what we're going to do next. She points to the squad leader's head. Say, Kenny, when you became a security contractor, did you actually think you'd be keeping anything safe? Of course not. Did you know? I really hate it when people go expecting something of me, and then end up depressed when their expectations fall short. I keep hearing crap during missions like, aren't you here to save us? Or, how can you do this? Or whenever I do it. And whenever I do, it makes me think that I'm just a parrot in a cage. A parrot? Because everyone thinks you should be saying what they expect you to say. Nothing else registers as proper words to them. Just noise like rooster going awk awk or something. Kenny is momentarily at loss for how to respond. Just then, a voice comes in over the radio, and the two of them end their chit-chat to check their terminals. Adjutant Lentin, we're closing on the target area, preparing to enter. Switch off all the security cameras, but leave one patch directly into our comm channel. Do not record any imagery from this mission. Roger. Have Delta block off the entrance. Foxtrot will cover you. Use up all your explosives. Roger. Down for work. Lentin tosses the cigarette butt aside and heads for the IFV, with Kenny trailing after her. Once they get inside, the monitors inside the vehicle shows the position of the combat team members who have entered the tunnels and the view from the body cameras. On the screen, the black armored troopers are moving from the elevator platform towards the huge smashed gate. They enter the room beyond, covering each other in a leapfrog fashion. The room inside contains several dozen huge culture tanks with human body parts enmeshed with plant tendrils floating in the culture solution. The power source in the middle glows dimly. We found multiple samples. The power has been shut off. There might be a contact risk. Stay away from those tanks. Inform all teams and that the Simon's hazard level has been upgraded to 2. Understood. I'll let them know right away. Looks like their virtual side is down there. It's not often that there's one close to green zone. Mama, hello. Water purifier, hello. These lunatics are getting wilder and wilder. Don't let your ethics cloud your judgment. We take money to solve problems. We just go first for a small independent PMC. Take Bravo off sentry duty. Have them go down there to support the others. Got it. I'll contact them. Kenny keys his radio and gives order to the combat teams on the perimeter. Lantern eyes are focused on the screen. The images from the camera continues moving as the troopers take plastic explosive out of their backpacks, which they plant in various corners of the room. No life forms detected nearby. Charges have been set, waiting further instructions. Proceed for... There is a shout from behind, and the image shakes violently. The viewpoint quickly turns to the rear, where a trooper in the back has been impaled through the forearm by a thorny plant stem from one of the cultured tanks. The trooper tries to escape, but the stem bursts deeper into his flesh. Purple liquid oozes out of the stab area, and the trooper's arms immediately swells up. The man beside him draws a knife from his waist and promptly chops off the wounded man's forearm. The stabbed shoulder wails in agony, staggering back from the pain and shock. His teammates pulls out the medkit and administers aseptic and painkillers. The camera view shifts to the plant that is burrowing deeper into severed arms. A white-colored mist sprays in from the off-camera. Abnormal contact and secured. One man has been injured, suppressing with liquid nitrogen. The vegetation soon freezes over, unable to bear the weight of the forearm. It falls to the ground and splinters into many pieces. How many times do I have to tell you not to approach the tanks? Landon sighs and rubs on temple. Sending up. Will do. Landon leans back into her chair and addresses Kenny in a mocking tone. Well, lucky him. For the low price of half an arm, he gets to collect a big fat compensation paycheck. That guy who was wanted was probably Makio. He's been with us for close to 10 years. Close to 10 years? It's been that long already? You know, when I get sick of being adjutant, you should take over. I'll go join the combat squad and get some random little injury. When the time comes, make sure you give me a nice little bonus enough to retire with. Yeah, right, adjutant. Who else will be kind enough to share the compensation with someone else? You mean you wouldn't share yours with me? Hell no. Wow, pretty much. Landon pouts to express her displeasure, but they've been through this routine so many times before that Kenny doesn't bother following up on the old gag with her. How many more rooms are there which needs blowing? Intel indicates there are 2 more. Looks like there's a whole mess of black up for us today. Suddenly, Landon pulls off her earpiece. Kenny is about to speak, but she signals him to stop. Did you hear something? I think it sounded like a helicopter. A helicopter? The squad leader removes his earpiece, listens carefully, then shakes his head. Not a thing. What happened? Our intel didn't mention anything about aircraft passing nearby, right? I mean, it's perfectly normal for people to use aircraft without filing for permission in an ungoverned region like this. Landon frowns and puts her earpiece back on, but she continues speaking in unhappy tones. I have a bad feeling about this. Adjutant Landon, we just got a transmission from Bravo. They found an elevator that wasn't mentioned in the intel, and there's a large thermal signature coming from chamber below the elevator. I'll pass in a video feed from over there. The 2 of them turn back to the screen. It flashes, and then its perspective changes. This time, the viewer is looking into the pit with the thermal imager. Give me the size and composition of the thermal signature. 1 moment, please. Scan complete. I'm picking up at least 40 life forms and a massive thermal source massing at least 5 units or more. 5 units, so it's a Belgium then. So, here's someone else even before the ritual was complete. That doesn't happen often. The sound of gunshot comes over the transmission, seemingly from a long distance away. I hear gunshots. All teams, stay alert. Who are you engaging? Hang on. There's nobody. None of the teams have engaged anyone. Then something must have happened on the ground. Delta finished planting the explosives. The rest of you head deeper into the pit. This assignment hazard level is now 1. All personnel prepared to engage a Belgium. Understood. Well, that answer was simple enough. There was an added hint of nervousness in the man's voice. They're calling this hazard level 3 mission even though there's a Belgium present? You were wondering why they shelled out so much, right? Looks like you got your answer. Still, even if the FBABN group is in charge of things, a Belgium so close to the green zone is going too far. Forget it. This isn't any of our business. Have Alpha prepare themselves. Will be BAM! Suddenly, they hear bullets strike the exterior armor plate of the vehicles, followed by an emergency transmission over the radio. This is Echo. We've engaged unknown dolls. They're attempting to enter the underground chamber. Dolls? How many? Unable to estimate. They have a sniper. 2 of our guys has been hit. We're pinned down. God damn it. Can you get the IFV over and give them fire support? Why now of all time? Rhino 2, Rhino 3, what the hell are you doing? Why aren't you returning fire? What? Your optic were destroyed? You're a shower of useless assholes. Must I do everything myself? Kenny climbs into the gunner's seat and prepares to manually control the autocannon for the attack. However, there is a sound of a crisp impact from outside the vehicle, and the gunner's monitor in front of him promptly bursts into a sea of static. What? Don't waste your time. We aren't going up against ordinary dolls. Alpha mounts up. We're moving in to assist. Then that's hello. Welcome. I'm approaching the coordinates Miss Dandelion sent us. I see some IFVs here. They might end up being a big threat to us. What the hell? Those guys are flying. I've destroyed the optics. They shouldn't be able to do anything for the time being. Cute. Got it. Ready to break in? Yeah, give me 30 seconds and I'll be in your position ASAP. Start green, stay inside and keep the engines running. Prepare to head out at any time. So I won't get a chance to shine? Not unless you want some 25mm fantasy in the frame. Okay then. But don't take your time. Just like anime Metal Gear Solid with many waifus. Hell yeah! More like XCOM though. Ooh. Elite Mechanist. Elite Flyer. Alright. This one shouldn't be a problem. What did bro do? Indonesia? Perhaps I am. Yay! Yay! This one? Oh my god, 12k! Jesus! Sana! Ano sono ito? I see RP currency that is currency of Indonesia. They do be. We can't hold them, adjutant. Those souls made it on the ground. That fighting style and such capable T-Dolls. This is Bravo. We've made contact with unknown T-Dolls. They've got a lot of firepower on their side, requesting backup. So, there are T-Dolls on the ground as well. Looks like things are becoming more and more interesting. Leave 3 people behind to tend to the wounded. Everyone else follow me. We're going after those dolls. Got it. And we're back here. Let's go. Meanwhile, on the other side of the pit. How many more enemies are there? There should be at least 50 according to the scans, right? Is there another way? As you can see, right now I'm just at dinner. Look, I'm being serious here. In that case, we should be able to solve the problem handling once our reinforcements arrive, right? Reinforcements? Where are we getting reinforcements from? Just then, I hear a familiar yet unfamiliar voice in my earpiece. The moment I do, I know that we've been tossed a lifeline. Master, do you read me? Loud and clear. We received Miss Dandelion's distress signal and are now approaching your location. Macchiato's come too. Wait for us, Commander. Don't you dare die down there. Looks like my number's not up just yet. Dandelion, give me Centaurus' location. Already sent. The enemy's weight of fire is massive. The sooner we're out of here, the better, considering we don't know if more enemy's reinforcements will show up. I quickly glance through the signal icons on my terminal. Centaurus and the others are approaching fast. From their positions, I can count on them to help me pincher the enemy. However, we'll need to take Helena back to the Bojum first. I look around. Diane is hitting the enemy with everything she's got. Kope and the Helena she's protecting are looking at me with frightened eyes. We don't have much room for error, but I am certain that even after all this time, the dolls can still work well together. There's no time to hesitate. I quickly decide on my next move and give my orders. Diane! Commander? I need suppressive fire from you and Jiangyu in that direction to draw their attention. Our reinforcement will flank them from behind, and we'll break through their location. Ah, yes. Then the Lion help compute the ideal attack route for Diane and Centaurus and send it to them. Already done and sent. Centaurus, give me a sit trap once you get in position, then wait for my go. Yes, Master. It here in 1 minute. Diane, keep laying down fire. When I give the word, we'll make a break for a more open area and draw the enemy's attention. Jiangyu, can you and Big Sis put out a huge show to distract them? No problem, just leave it to me. That's all I need to hear. And who might this be? Meow meow, you ain't fooling anyone, Nani. Her name is Xiao Hui. She's a new friend of ours. Got it. How about this? You look pretty agile, so you can help bring Helena back to us. I'll have Dandelion disable Helena's defense system. That's Diane and Jenna's commander for you. Already giving orders without hesitation, even though this is the first time we've met. Hey, if you can't handle it, I couldn't do it instead. Of course I can. Should I head out now? I'm getting willing to help out. Wait for my signal. I look up at Helena, who's still floating in the air. She's watching us struggle with the look of amusement on her face. I pay her no further attention and look down at the Helena in front of me. You Helena too, right? Yeah. Do you want to leave? I can't die yet. I see the determination in her eyes, and then I turn to Cafe. Protect her. She's also Helena. Okay. Cafe reaches down to support Helena beside her and looks up at the airborne Helena. So, our Helena? Relax, she'll be fine. Saying so, I turn to look at the hovering Dendegate. Dendegate. You can do it, right, Dandelion? As you wish. After I give my orders, the dolls all look at me. I take a deep breath and wait for the transmission to come in. Master, we've reached our attack position, waiting for a command. Got it. Everyone, go! Centaurus and Macchiato silently drop down onto the elevator platform at the bottom of the shaft, while their black-armored enemies are focused on firing on the other direction. They suddenly open fire, cutting the black-armored troopers down before they even know what's going on. The dolls soon take the position that the enemy once occupied and begin providing us with cover fire. The Dendegate flies up to Helena, who seems unhappy. The spherical defense system begins to glow, but Dandelion seizes control of them before they can finish charging up. Nap time for bad kids. You! Before she can finish, the three spears glow and then the first to their box form, which encloses Helena. Xiaohui, go now! Got it. Xiaohui throws out the grappling line and immediately springs towards the high ground with Diane and Jiang Yu rush towards Centaurus. Run! Everyone breaks into a mad dance. With Centaurus and Macchiato pinning them down, the enemy's volume of fire is significantly reduced. I'm running at the group's head, while Kope and Helena follow close behind me. Diane and Jiang Yu brings up our rear. As we approach Centaurus, I notice the flickering of flashlights in the tunnel off to our side. Master, incoming enemy reinforcements. It's in my blind spot. I can't hit them. Quack quack! Ayan, quack quack time! Cover the commander! Diane and Jiang Yu immediately rush to the head of the group and turns to face the enemy reinforcements. Jiang Yu presses on my shoulder to get my head down. Lucy and Diane block the bullets from the side. The two dolls mount a fighting retreat away from the enemy. Dazzling flashes of light erupts and bullets splinter and fragments against their frames, but they grit their teeth and continue returning fire. Looking up, I see that Zhao Hui has taken the Helena box out of the air, and she's using her grappling line to rake the enemy with fire one-handed as the sea swings through the air, briefly throwing them back. Go now! As the enemy fire falters, we begin another sprint towards Centaurus' location. Zai Hui makes a hard landing beside us, and the Dendegate follows closely behind her. Centaurus, use this! Macchiato picks up a smoke grenade from one of the black-armored corpses and tosses it to Centaurus. The two of them prime their smoke grenades and throw them out. The two smoke grenades hit the ground and clouds of white smoke obscure us. Whoosh! Everyone gets behind cover. Perhaps it's because they can't see us anymore, but the enemy gunfire suddenly stops. Centaurus, W2000, thank you for your support. I'm called Macchiato now. It was an honor, Miss 95 and 97. Are you alright? Yeah, they don't know each other's name yet. Say hello, say healthy. We're fine. Our frames are still functional, but we should leave ASAP. I look at the dolls. Diane's shoulder and head are damaged, while Jiang Yu has two big holes in her thighs. Centaurus and Macchiato help them onto the platform elevator. Colpe holds the panting Helena as they make their way forward, while Zhao Hui struggles with dragging the heavy box on the back. Burping. I run onto the elevator too. It groans and rumbles before slowly grinding into movement. The dolls keep their weapons pointed the way they came, but no enemies follow us. The thunderous gunfire that surrounded us just now has suddenly vanished. The surroundings are quiet except for the noise of the elevator. For some reason, I don't feel the joy of narrowly escaping death. On the contrary, a sense of foreboding fills my mind. Sakri, are there any enemies at the position we entered from? Not right now. Are you sure? This is important. Shark has been watching through the telescope all this time. Alright then, start the ignition. We'll be there in 5 minutes. You have a vehicle outside? Yeah, it was supposed to be a surprise present. A present? But... Macchiato, bad news! I'm seeing tons of IVs heading towards the location. How many? 1, 2, 3, 4... 5 of them! Isn't that all the IVs we saw just now? What should Sakri do? Prepare to engage. Commander, there are IVs trying to intercept us. I should have known they wouldn't let us go so easily. Master, I have a plan. Shimeta-san! Otsukaresama deshita! Let's go! Oh my gosh! Eliminate all drop bears in sight. Oh, just like a straight line. Huh, interesting. It's not like, branching off anymore. Eagle, hello! Adjutant Kenny, Lentin, look out! The red-haired woman is caught off guard by the green-clad doll, suddenly jumping across her path and forgets to duck. Kenny tackles Lentin to the ground, and the bullets that would have hit her square in the chest instead slam into the man's black plates. The other troopers immediately stop shooting and drag the two of them into safety. The woman gets to her feet and immediately checks on the squad leader's wounds. Kenny, are you alright? Hell if I know. She quickly inspects the place where he was struck and finds a bullet stuck within two of his ballistic plates. Get up already, it's not going to get you pregnant. The woman kicks the squad leader. After realizing he was injured after all, Kenny scrambles to his feet. Lentin pays him no further heed. Instead, she peers out from behind the cover. The smoke cloud has fully spread out. She can't see anything. Adjutant, we've lost sight of the target. Should we pursue? Give me a casualty report. We've got 12 KIA and 25 WAA. Losses are serious. Goddamn mother frippers. After them, I want them all to burn in hell. Calm down, Adjutant. We're at huge disadvantage fighting those at this range. Lentin trembles with rage. She pulls out the cigarettes and takes a deep drag from it to calm herself down. After a brief period of contemplation, her reason wins out of her emotions. Bravo, evacuate the wounded. Evacuate the wounded. Everyone else from the other team can still move from altitude squad and follow me. We're heading up to the surface to wipe them out. Once we get out of the ground level will blow all the charges. Yes, ma'am. Can you have everyone from Echo who's still alive drive the IFVs over to block off the exit those are using? Stop them no matter what, even if it means having to physically hit them with your cannon barrels. I'll contact them right away. The attack Kenosa sustained had far exceeded anything she had suspected. Meanwhile, it's very hard for her to not imagine what was happened here after looking at the corpses of the Bujam in the deep pit, and that of the woman in black outside it. What the hell am I even fighting for? Lentin mutters to herself, a mix of emotions in her heart. Then she casts aside her cigarette butts and vanishes into darkness of the tunnels with the rest of her men. Ethel trembles with rage when Grandma is mentioned too. Lisa, hello. This is Rhino 4, hailing Rhino 1. We've picked up Echo and are heading for the tunnel entrance. The few remaining black armor troopers fall into the IFVs. Their rear hatches close up and their engines roar loudly. Oh, this one got boobs! Holy crap! 1 copies, we're following behind you, ready to cover you anytime. The 2 IFVs stop at the entrance of the tunnel. It is wide enough that they can drive into it side by side. The remaining 3 IFVs are parked outside the entrance, flanking it with their autocannons pointing into the opening. All the target's optics are riddled with bullet holes, forcing the crew to pop their hatches and physically view their surroundings. The vehicles fed like Chang'an, one of the vehicle commanders signal and advance, and the 2 lead IVs drive into the tunnel. Rhino 4, let the infernal scout their surrounding. Don't let anyone get flanked and ambushed. They are pack armor. 4 copies, they are on high alert. The black armored man, a man emerges from the vehicles. Guns held at the ready as they eye the area around them. This is Lantin, the enemy is taking up the elevator. Head to the top elevator landing and intercept them. Smash them to bits. 4 copies, Adjutant, you heard her. Pick up the pace. Copy, accelerating now. The IV picks up speed, crushing crates and corpses underfoot. The black armored troopers notice that the crushed corpses have mangy security weighted on their gear, but their rapid movement soon carries them out of sight. Stopping at the end of the tunnel, the IV's headlight casts a clear glow ahead while the elevator platform noisily makes its way up to the shafts. The spinning yellow lights and alarm klaxons are a constant reminder to the IV's crew and the compliment that the elevator is about to arrive. The elevator platform is stacked high with various crates. The IVs turn their turrets to cover it as it comes into everyone's view. Open fire! Open fire! Roger, commencing attack! While they can't see the enemy's position, the IV's gunners pull the trigger on their hand and station without hesitation. The IV's autocannons and coaxial machine guns open up in unison, the tremendous power of their large-caliber rounds shredding the boxes and crates on the platforms to pieces. The autocannons round even pierce the platform itself and turning center into Swiss cheese. The plumes of smoke from the gunfire cover the entire platform, and it is only after 10 odd seconds of this withering barrage that the IVs finally cease their attack. Ceasefire! Ceasefire! Do you have any visual contact? Unable to determine, but there's no way anyone could survive the— Gua! A sharp blade slashes the neck of the speaking trooper. He stares incredulously at the maid-attired doll who has appeared behind him. Blood spurts from his severed carotid and jugular. He tries with all his might to stop the bleeding but fails, and he collapses limply through the turret hatch into the vehicle's interior. Ambush! Ambush! Drop off your troops! Ah! Another doll descends from the ceiling, landing heavily on the turret. The crewman nearest to her tries to pull out a pistol and shoot, but she kicks his head so hard it spins a full 359 degrees around his neck. Jesus Christ, these dolls are whack! Last word before disaster. What the hell is going on? Report! We've been ambushed. Disembark and form up now! Damn. Could've done it even. Hello. Don't shoot! We'll capture one of the IVs and wipe out the rest of the enemies. Roger that. Commencing operation. Those are just built different. Like, literally. They literally are built different. Sometimes it's easy to forget, like, that these dolls are a menace. Like, if you pit a human against a doll, that human not gonna last. Are those like against like military dolls? Specifically Griffin's military dolls. Pretty cool actually. Alamak, Shakti cannot do anything. Sukiari. Desu wa Jankenpon. Wait. Because like we always been using the dolls, right? And we mainly use like fight dolls with dolls. So yeah, sometimes it's just that easy to forget that these dolls are whack. Sometimes it's easy to forget that these dolls are whack. Holy shit, what just happened? Huh? What happened? He did what? Saki didn't get anything. Dance protection. What is bro doing? Bro, what are you doing? Reduce target to damage taken by 90%. This consumes ability break. This is considered a buff cannot be cleansed. Okay, I mean... This guy's a level 15. I'm level 60. They share a menace to my wallet. Hi, BRB. Oh. So yeah, the dolls are like, they're faster, stronger, and like you can't just kill them in one shot. they kind of bullet resistant. I say use this song to beat children that have been chained to a sink. True. Don't forget cute. That too. They're cute. Thanks, Centaurisi. Those antagonists would have shut off to bits if it wasn't for your warning. Climbing out a tiny platform is a piece of cake. Those people were totally underestimating us. Just before the IAVs arrived, the dolls had already carried me and jumped up to the elevator landing. Huh. But we hid in the side tunnel. Meanwhile, Jiangyu and Centaurus lay in ambush on the ceiling, waiting for the enemy to deliver themselves into our net. There was no way those enemies would have given up so easily. Macchiato engaged their IVs when we arrived here, so my guess was that they would have used them to head us off. You can thank yours truly for designing their optical systems. Otherwise, they would have never exposed themselves like they did. Good point. Good point. We would have had much harder time if they had buttoned up in their vehicles. Those metal boxes are a real pain. Seeing how proud Macchiato looks, I nod in her direction to show my approval. Ah, she immediately goes red. Still, staying here is too dangerous. I gesture for the dolls to gather up so we can begin planning our next move. Thank you, everyone. You were a godsend. Come on, let's mount up. I'll handle the driving. Miss Dandelion, would you mind helping me download some driving software? On it. Downloading driving software, beep beep boop boop. And those can resurrect if they fall in battle. True. They can just keep coming as long as there are bodies for them to resurrect into. They're basically like the player character in this world. Centaurus climbs in the driver's seat while the other dolls chuck the corpses out of the vehicles before filling up the passenger compartments. Centaurus finishes downloading the IFV driving software just as everyone finishes taking their places. Just as she begins to reverse, however, a massive explosion comes from deep within the underground complex. Damn it! They must be trying to blow up the place. Hurry, we need to get out of here. Yes, Master. Centaurus floors the accelerator of the IAV and it lurches forward. The tunnel behind the IAV begins to disintegrate in its wake and chunks of debris fall from the ceiling like stone rain. Rhino 4, come in! Rhino 4! Echo team, do you copy? I think they're all dead. Son of a... Other many Rhino units, listen up. Seal off this tunnel exit. The tunnel is collapsing faster and faster, but Centaurus is already driving as fast as the IV can go. From a perch inside the turret, Macchiato spots more IVs waiting to ambush us, but there's no way we can slow down now. Sharky, get over to the tunnel exit right now. We need backup. Go with plan 1. Weapons free. Weapons free. Is it our Sacred exciting performance at last? Yay! Yatta! We slam into a wall of lead from the IVs outside the tunnel, forcing Macchiato to duck back into the turret. In front, bullets, cannon shells, and all manners of ordnance throw up an endless rain of sparks as a ricochet of the IV's armor. Behind us, the collapsing tunnel surges forward to consume us all. Suddenly, a tremor of whirling blades shakes the air from behind the IVs that are outside the tunnel. A helicopter armed with rocket pods has just arrived in attack position. A chopper! There's an attack chopper out there! A what? Hang on, we're almost there. The black-clad soldiers are running through the wilderness on top speed. The exit behind them belts flames from the demolition charges as they sprint towards the other one. Quick, shoot it! Shoot it! The heavy turrets begin swiveling, but it is too late for them. Oh shit! Sharky is on it! I thought Sharky is on like a car or something. No! She got a freaking attack helicopter! Sharky's gender right now is an Apache attack helicopter. Justice reigns from above. It's a hell diver. The helicopter hovers in midair, and then, falling from its rocket pods, turns the AIVs into burning wreckage. The AIV from inside the tunnel roars out in the open air and bashes the flaming racks aside, trailed by the explosion which completely destroys the tunnel in its wake. As the flames chase it, the AIV carries on towards a small hill in the distance while spewing black smoke. The helicopter gracefully bangs to the side and flies past us, landing on the hill where we're headed. Once we get there, Centaurus puts on the brakes and I emerge from the AIV while I can barely open my eyes because of the downwash and grit. What I do manage to see still shocks me to the core. Nothing could be more familiar to me than the black helicopter before me, except perhaps for the worn but still legible insignia on the side, a shield of GNK. Hell yeah! Sakri never disappoints. Get to the chopper. There's no time to admire it though. The dolls pop through the AIV's hatches and begin climbing toward it. I help the dolls push Helena and the box into the cabin. In the distance, the black armored troopers have also gotten to the high ground of their own. The woman who leads them anxiously gazes at the helicopter in the distance. God damn it! We won't be able to catch up with them. Kenny, do we have any rocket launchers? We do. Bring that chopper down. Give me a pair of binars. The woman takes the binoculars that one of her men hands her and looks through them at the helicopter. Range is 260 meters. Fire when ready. Through the binoculars, she sees the dolls pulling a human into the cabin. The human takes a seat on the lip of the passenger's compartment. Denton ups the magnification on the binoculars, but when she sees the woman's face, she suddenly freezes. Is she from Frankfurt? She immediately changes her mind and gives another order. Cease fire! Cease fire! Huh? However, the squad leader has already pulled the trigger. A rocket streaks out towards the helicopter. The helicopter immediately pulls up, trying to bank out of the path of the rockets. However, the intersection of its course and that of the missile has sealed the fate of the group on the helicopter. Oh no! Firing. Bam! Sheesh! Two shots ring out, piercing the rocket and throwing it off course, where it explodes in midair. What the hell? The shockwave from the rocket's explosion shakes the helicopter, but the pilot soon levels it out. It continues picking up speed, trying to get out of this godforsaken hellhole. We still have hostiles nearby. Find them! The helicopter's still in range. Should I keep going? As Kenny bars out the order to his men, he raises another rocket launcher, awaiting Lenton's response. All unit take cover and wait for the instructions. Upon hearing the order, the black armored troopers obediently remain still and make no further movements. In the distance, the helicopter picks up speed and fades from sight. Meanwhile, the hidden shooters do not reveal themselves. So they were just covering their escape then. Two gunshots, two people. She shoves the monocular back into Kenny's hand and then takes out a cigarette and lights it. Two gunshots, two people. Nemesis and Groza. Hello, welcome. Paris na ko pala voice over none. Shooting a rocket at a meter is cool. Only dolls can do that. The surviving man in black remains silent as though waiting for Lenton's next order. A moment later, she throws the cigarettes aside without so much as taking a drag on it, and then turns to address Kenny. Contact HQ and tell them the mission is complete. Then inform personnel and have them pay out the maximum compensation to our fallen man. Kenny nods. When writing your combat report, attribute all our personnel and material losses to the battle with the Bujam. Do not mention anything about the battle with those dolls. What? Then find the most reliable underground broker you can. I need information. Lots of information. Oh no, we got our villain! With that, Lentin heads into the distance, ignoring Kenny's questions. The sound of the world begins to fade away as she loses herself in thought. There is only one thought left in her mind. Why? 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 Driven by that thought, she sets out on a mission of her own. Dare? Who's that? Is Landon from GFL 1? Ain't no way. Let me check. GFL, Landon. I know like Gentian, right? She's the MC. But Lentin, I don't know. Oh, still panjang anjir, baru yang keempat loh. The helicopter rises through the clouds and reaches its cruising height. I get back I get back inside the cabin and close the door, whereupon the active noise-cancelling system installed in all grieving helicopters engages and excludes all outside noises. The silent surroundings makes me realize that I've left the combat zone, and it is only then that I realize that my hands are trembling, a feeling that is slowly rising up my arms. I clench my fist, doing my best to stabilize my heart rate, and then I begin considering the current situation. Based on what I saw just now, the involvement of Paradeus, those PMC troops, and that other Helena are all very unnatural. But hello, how are you doing today? Doing nice. What on earth is Dandelion trying to pull? Where is she trying to steer all this? I look at the flying delegate and think about how to get a straight answer out of her. That missile headed at us clearly did not explode for no reason. From its trajectory and the position where it exploded, someone must have shot it down. In other words, someone secretly saved us, but who could have done that? Wait, it's not Nemesis and Groza? I guess they didn't get called, huh? I ponder the question, but I can't come up with anything, since I have no evidence or proof to support it all. All I can do is set it aside for now. So, where shall we go next? I'll ask Centaurus and Macchiato later. I'm sure they have plans of their own. Should I continue with this transport mission? I look at the box and other Helena, who looks just like the one I know but acts completely different. Once we get to a safe place, I'm going to have a good long chat with her about what happened before we got to her. After this brief period of contemplation, I look around the inside of the cabin. This is a standard issue Griffin transport helicopter. Judging by its stability in flight and the normal operation of its noise cancellation, this chopper must have likely been maintained at active duty spec from 10 years ago. While the fittings are a little old, they're all pretty much standard issues from back then. Even the first aid kit is in the same place. Macchiato heads over to the co-pilot seat and talks to a doll I've never seen before about how to flight path. Centaurus takes the first aid kit from under the seats and begins treating the wounds of the dolls who were damaged in the battle just now. Seems like a third party. Why isn't Darcy doing that? What's Cafe doing? The dolls begin exchanging their names and rejoice over surviving that battle just now. I look at Cafe. She's trying to strike up a conversation with the other Helena, but the latter does not respond in any way, only looking down at the box. She looks uneasy, but I can tell that she's trying to rein in her emotions. She's been secretly observing everyone since we got to the helicopter and thinking about something. The box has been secured to the cabin floor. Sahoy looks worriedly at it, then looks up at the hovering, then the gate. Say, this box isn't going to suddenly change back to its pure form, right? I've already assumed direct control over the box authorizations. That said, its occupants might be able to take back control. Who knows? Upon hearing this, the girl suddenly looks up and addresses the delegate in an earnest voice. She is already gone. She is already gone. I can no longer sense the lurking unclean. So she's gone. The delegate flies in front of the girl's face, its mono eye focusing on her, but the face reflected in its glassy depths does not change. Looks like there's no more danger then. Lucky us. But she has left her burden behind. The box cannot be opened for now. Why? Are you afraid she will replace you? You should not do that if you don't want her to die. After saying that, the girl lowers her head once again and remains silent, no longer listening to Dandelion's teasing. With a sigh, I look away from the conversation through the dolls. Centaurasi has just finished binding Dayan's wounds, so I approach them and ask about their condition. Kaneko, hello? Dayan, Jiangyu, are you alright? You don't have to worry, Commander. They were merely flesh wounds. Except they're not flesh because you're robots. Yup, a band-aid or two and we'll be just fine. Diane's injuries aren't particularly bad, but Jiang Yu has suffered a penetration injury through and through to her leg. So Centaurasi kneels before her and begins administering first aid. She carefully extracts the bullets with its fragments, then refill the wound's channel with packing epoxy and applies a synth skin patch over the entry and exit wounds. Jiang Yu limbers up her legs, then nods happily to Centaurasi in gratitude. Seeing as Centaurasi has finished first aid for them, I decided to ask them questions that's been on my mind. So, what's the deal with this helicopter? Kind of slow in the uptake, aren't you, Commander? Can't you tell that this is a present that your subordinate has prepared for you? The delegate shifts its position to directly over my head. I try to look up, but I can't see her. Is that true? Centaurasi puts the tools back into the first aid kit, then looks up at me with a smile. Indeed. We heard that you were working in the yellow zones all this time, so the manager and everyone in Zucchero decided to chip in and get this for you. We were planning to present it to you when you came to the satellite city. However, the situation was urgent. We needed to get here ASAP, so we had to give it to you in this way. Do you like it, Master? The sudden surge of emotions leaves me unsure what to say next. As nostalgia assaults my brain and I look around, I feel like I've gone back 10 years in time. Oh, everyone is here. Well, not everyone, but a lot. But after seeing the box on the ground and the Helena beside me, I realized that I'm no longer in the past. Thank you, everyone. Don't forget to thank Springfield. It took her a lot of effort to acquire this transport helicopter. After Makiato finished talking with the pilot, she heads in from the pilot's cabin and takes a seat opposite of me. Did she? And your name is Makiato. That's my name now. Make sure you remember it. I will, Makiato. Is Springfield with you too? Yes, the manager is waiting for us in CHEO2. CHEO2? The commander voice should be like much lower, I think. It's one of the satellite cities on the escort route. I look up at the Denda gate. It pretends that it didn't notice me looking. We should be safe for now. Would you like to contact the manager? Ah, yes, we should. Please put me through. Centaurus adjusts the transmission frequency and patches the signal into my earpiece. Soon, I hear a familiar voice through it. Oh my, Commander! It's been a while since we last spoke. Yes, it has. Sorry for making you go through all this trouble. She's in her uniform! Very cute! Very cool! Now, no need to stand on ceremony, Commander. Are things going well on your end? I guess not. You're as funny as ever, Commander. Judging by the fact that you're speaking to me over this channel, I take it you already received your presents? Yes, although I have no idea how you managed to hold on for it so long. It's definitely a big gift though, and it's definitely appreciated. That's good to hear. I'll make preparation to receive you at the cafe. The cafe? I see. Speaking of which, I brought a rather complicated bunch of guests with me. Will it be convenient for you? Miss Dandelion has already told me the details of the situation. As for those Helenas, they'll need special care. You may need to make some preparations before coming to the cafe. Preparations, you say? I understand. Oh yes, regarding the Elmo, I explained the situation to Miss Mailing and asked her not to worry. You don't need to worry about the rest. I've already told the staff members what to do. Just get dressed along the way. We'll deal with the problems that come up when you arrive at Zucchero. Well, that's Springfield for you. She's already taken into account all the things that were worrying me. I nod, then end the call after thanking her. As I take in the view outside the window, a wave of fatigue suddenly washes over me. Apparently, the sense of security I felt from knowing that I was surrounded by my dolls led me to relax unconsciously. I lean against my seat and close my eyes, allowing my consciousness to drift into the depths of my mind. Commander? Commander! An indistinct voice speaks into my ear. It sounds like Helena. I force my heavily lidded up eyes to open and focus my sight on the white-haired girl before me. There seemed to be a film of condensation over my field of vision. Helena? Commander, we've arrived. I moved my slightly stiff joints. I hadn't been expecting to be sleeping so soundly. Then I look around. Helena's the only one here. Everyone else is gone. Where's everybody? Commander, She burst into tears. There, don't cry. What happened? I fumbled a little as I tried to wipe her tears, but she ended up grabbing my wrist instead. I never imagined a child could be so strong. I can't break free from her grip. Commander, save me. The Helenas, the sea of lies. Don't worry, if anything else, you'll be safe by my side. But if you need my help, then you'll need to tell me everything, okay? Helena is still sobbing, but she nods. Suddenly, her pupil dilates and strength fades from her hand. I use this opportunity to regain control over my wrist. Right after that, white mist floods in from outside the helicopter. Helena begins muttering to herself, as though she's been summoned by something. Helena won't. I'm not traitor. What are you playing as? I hope a cute girl like in the title. We're playing as the female commander. Before she can finish, she turns and rushes into the mist. I reflexively follow her. As the mist clears, I grind to a halt as I see a seemingly endless expanse of epiphyllums before me. Countless Helenas are walking forward through the flowers. The epiphyllums bloom and petals fall like rain. This beautiful scene is indescribably eerie. Helena! Oh, there are two of them. My voice shatters and silence of the Helenas. They instantly turn to look at me with vacant eyes. Only one of them has the same sad look on her face. You should not have come here. Then leave with me. We'll go together. Helena shakes her head. My destiny is here. Destiny? To hell with destiny. A thought flashes through my head. For some reason, I feel like if I let go of Helena, I'll lose her forever. You are kind, Commander. What on earth are you saying? I pick up the pace until I reach Helena. I need to get her out of this creepy place. I'll physically drag her away if I have to. Is my AC like dripping again? What the hell? However, no matter how much strength I use, Helena refuses to budge. The kind die. But you must leave. Helena picks an epiphyllum beside her. The soft, lovely flower instantly transforms into a sharp blade that gleams coldly, and she stabs into my heart without hesitation. What the hell is... Oh, come on! Seriously, it's already dripping, leaking again? Fuck this. Ah, we got a lot of cute girls in one package. Hell yeah! I can't dodge the blow, but my chest doesn't hurt. It just feels cold. Helena weeps, and my consciousness grows hazy. I bolt upright, like I've been electrocuted. After gasping heavily for several seconds, I realize the delicate is perched on my chest. That must have been where the coldness came from. Were you dreaming? Upon seeing that I'm getting up, the delicate hops off my chest and takes off to the air. I turn to look at the girl in the corner, then the box, and quietly sigh. More like a nightmare. I think I was too tense. I'm okay now. Then the lion flies a circle around my head before descending before my face again. As long as you're fine, get ready, we're about to land. I look outside the window again. The helicopter is approaching the city. The doll whom Makiato called Sharkry is speaking into the communicator. It seems he's talking to the local air traffic controllers. Huh, Sharkry can actually use helicopter, that's new. And she knows like all the procedures and stuff. Well, I guess I can just download the how to drive. Looking down, I noticed that despite us heading straight to the city, the air defense emplacements on the walls are not tracking us, as though we're old friends. That takes me by surprise. It implies that this helicopter has been legally registered and has permission to use the city's airspace. The cost of obtaining such permission might actually be greater than the price of the helicopter itself. What? The helicopter slowly descends as we near the city, until we end up touching down on a small helipad near the city walls. After stepping out of the helicopter, the massive quarantine walls fill my line of sight. As I look around, I notice that all the nearby security cameras are facing elsewhere, as several men in police uniforms approach us. Makiato moves up to meet them and stuffs several back cards into their hands. The men nod before heading towards the helicopter. They walk past us as though we were invisible and enter the helicopter. Soon, the helicopter lifts off and flies elsewhere. Come with me, Commander. Miss Diane, Miss Yang-Yu, and Miss Yahui. Sharkry will take you to the Zucchero Cafe. It is a safe place where you can rest for a while. Commander. Go rest. I'll come by afterwards. Diane nods, and the three of those head into the passage with Sharkry. Meanwhile, Makiato enters a passcode into a nearby door before beckoning me over. I enter it with her, followed by Kobe, who is holding Helena's hand. Centaur is at the rear of the group, carrying the box on her back. After passing through a rundown maintenance passage and taking a cargo elevator into an underground area, we arrived at a small storage unit. There is a 6-seater light truck behind it. We mount up in silence and drive it out of the storage unit. As we emerge from the underground area, the sunlight hits my face. It's the stage! Sharkry gonna perform here or something. Dada! Oh, become a professor! Thank you, welcome! Let's go! It is sunset now, and the truck slowly climbs in a long spiral from the sublevels of the satellite city towards the higher elevation. As we go deeper into the city, more and more lights come on. It seems they're celebrating some sort of festival. Fix that AC! Sige! Steam cooked Ethel, yeah. Mika subscribe, thank you, welcome! Helena's eyes are drawn to the lights of the city. She seems to be trying to greedily devour them all in her gaze. All this must be fresh and new to her. I can practically sense the excitement and eagerness boiling in her heart. However, when she looks back inside the truck and sees the box on the floorboards, her eyes go dull again. She notices that I'm looking and turns to look me in the eye. On my part, I do not shy away from meeting her gaze. Then her mouth opens, as though she wants to say something. But then she hesitates. Instead, she turns away. Looking neither at the city, she seems to be waxing thoughtful. An hour and 2 more changes of vehicles later, Makiato drives into a skyscraper, whereupon we dismount and gets into an elevator. As the doors open, we are greeted by the bright yet completely sealed room. Springfield is there. Clearly, she has been waiting for us for quite a while. Welcome, Commander. Did you enjoy your trip? And here I thought we'd run into a blockade or be subjected to a thrilling car chase. Looks like I was overthinking things. It would be terribly weird to subject you to something like that after you came all the way to CHEO2. Well, there's our reliable cafe manager for you. Speaking of which, this isn't Zucchero, is it? I look around. We appear to be in a very hot and safe house, packed with all kinds of comms equipment and weaponry. Even the walls have been reinforced with ballistic armor plating. But of course, this is one of our hiding places. It used to be a high-end apartment. I've renovated the interior, so it should be quite secure against internal and external threats. After considering how important this little nest might be, I thought it would be best to put everyone up here. Well done, Springfield. You really did think of everything. Looks like I've made the right choice in picking you as our first stop. The Dandelion comes to a halt in front of Springfield and projects Dandelion's face. Why, if it isn't Miss Dandelion? I thought you'd be coming in person, but this body of yours. Oh, you know how it is. The commander couldn't spare me a proper frame, but wanted me to risk my life while slaving away for her. So I had no choice but to make do with the standard gates for now. Oi, that's enough nonsense out of you. Oi, that's enough nonsense out of you. Still the same old Miss Dandelion, it seems. Anyway, please help me charge up this Dandelion. Its battery must be on its last legs after a whole day of flying around. I think I'll go take a rest myself. I'll leave the rest to you guys. The Dandelion flies over Springfield, and with a snap, it powers down and falls into her hands. Springfield finds a wall socket and plugs the Dandelion into it. Then she dusts her hands off before smiling at us. There's a room for everyone there. Let's all relax and take a break, yes? Springfield walks up to the girl. Now, as for you, Miss Helena, if you don't mind, would you allow us to lend you a hand? The girl doesn't answer, and Cafe directs a pleading gaze at me. It's fine. Let them handle it. You should get some rest too. We'll meet in the hall later. It is only after hearing me speak that Cafe lets go of Helena's hand. Santa Racy leads Cafe to one of the rooms and escorts her inside. Springfield smiles and holds a hand out to Helena. The latter does take it, but she eventually nods after hesitating for a moment. Springfield then turns to say a few things to Santa Racy before the two of them lead Helena into another room. Before they leave, Springfield turns to speak to me. Commander, you should go rest up. We'll contact you once we clean her up. Right. After Springfield and company leaves, the only people left are me and Macchiato. Let me take you to the room. Please do. Those relax and take a break are the most sus what? Macchiato leads me forward, then stops in front of a door. I open it and see a guest room within. It's not too big, but it is luxuriously appointed, and there is a shower and bathroom inside. This is a really fancy place. I guess that's a high-end apartment for you. The one I bought is way better than this. Huh? You got a place on your own? Of course. Look, Commander. If... And if I'm just saying if... If? It's nothing. Go bath. You smell like fire. Okay, I'm going now. I entered the room and Macchiato closes the door with a click. I sigh heavily, then take off my jacket before lying down on the bed. While I still feel very tired, sleep is long in coming. After tossing and turning a few times, I decided to clean myself up and enter the bathroom for a shower. The clean room and comfortably warm water makes me realize that I haven't been treated this well in a long time. As I spray myself with hot water from the shower head, I think back on the things that happened before this. One thing's for sure, I don't regret anything that's happened. I feel much more refreshed after exiting the shower and drying myself off. Then, it's on with my clothes and back on the bed again to await Springfield's summons. Oh my god, this is so long! Just as I'm about to fall asleep again, after many minutes, I finally hear Springfield's voice from my terminal. Commander, now is a good time? We finished preparation on our end. I throw on my jacket and head outside. As I do, I see Springfield and the others waiting for me in the main hall. I notice that Helena is sitting on the sofa. The grime and bloodstains from earlier has been cleansed off. She's wearing a fresh set of clothing. Cafe is sitting by her side, while Springfield is seated opposite of him. Macchiato and Centauresi are watching us from a distance. Hey! Hey! That's cute! It's Helena too! Oh, wait. So like, where her wings go? So those are actually hair, not wings? Okay. Adorable! I glance over at Springfield and she moves aside with a smile. I walk up to Helena, then take a seat on the sofa opposite her. You look much prettier now. Helena blushes a little, and then she answers in a very quiet voice. The nice ladies helped me wash up. It was all thanks to Centaurus' hard work. As for the clothing, the only thing we had which was remotely in a size was Sharkry's outfit, so we hope you like it. Well, at least it looks more like a normal girl now. Oh, that's Sharkry's. Oh yeah, that's Sharkry's pin right there. What wings? Those were hair. She has like wings here. Like, they look like wings. Turns out they're just hair. A normal girl, huh? I rest my elbows on my knees, then lean forward to study Helena for a moment before I begin speaking. I know you must have a lot of questions about us, just like how we have a lot of questions about you. I'm sure everything that happened just now must have come as a huge shock to you, but it's over now. So, let's sit down and have a good chat. It wasn't much of a shock. Really now? Well, it wasn't much compared to what happened in the past. The girl frowns and still looks up at me. I look back at her without flinching, and she decides to take the initiative. Who are you people anyway? Where should I begin? Well, I'm just a perfectly ordinary bounty hunter, and these dolls are all my ex-subordinates. Are all my ex-girlfriends, more like. They're all kind and friendly dolls, but I guess you already know that. Helena looks at the dolls around her and nods. They are kind and friendly, yes. But that doesn't necessarily mean you're good people. Why did you save me? Why did you bring me here? We were asked to escort Helena to a safe place where she could be cared for and protected. Escort Helena? I turn to look at the box on the ground. The girl's eyes follow mine. Someone handed that Helena to me. So we ended up being attacked by all kinds of enemies each day, from fire girls to Paradise, and now Mangi security. Since you're Helena too, I had no reason to leave you there. Reasons? Is this why you fought Paradise and those mercenaries? Paradise has always been our enemy. I wouldn't have spared them even if they had to be tasked to us, even if I hadn't been tasked to escort Helena. As for those mercenaries, I don't have any particular grudge against them. That said, I had no reason not to shoot back when they shot at me. I guess you can't trust us just yet, huh? I look up and give Springfield a look. She steps forward and addresses the girl. Don't worry, this is a safe place. I can guarantee you that those Nighters, Uniteds, and Mangi security people will not find you here. The commander here fought Paradise 10 years ago, so you can feel free to tell us if there's anything on your mind, or if you have any requests. Miss Helena? Can I call you that? Or is there any particular way you want us to address you? There are two Miss Helenas after all. It would be best to make a distinction if you're going to stay with the commander. There's no need for that. PDF, huh? I won't be disturbing you for long. Do you mean you're going to leave soon? But where will we go? I'm very grateful to you for saving me, but the rest is my business. I take a deep breath. It seems this girl isn't as pure and innocent as our Helena, but behind her facade of grizzled independence are hints of a naive streak. I scratch my head, at a bit of loss for how to go from here. Even fighting 10 Mangi security combat teams at once will be less of a headache than this. I'm just not used to handling kids. After thinking for a moment, I decide not to beat around the bush. It's probably time to get straight to the point. I'm sorry. I know you don't want to remember things like this now, but the things we saw in that underground facility today, they might be linked to all our past. And I want to sort this matter out. I want to uncover the truth, no matter what. So that what happened back there will never happen again. So can you tell me everything you know about what happened down there? Why a village full of people would end up being snatched for use as test subjects? Why there was a Bujam and Niter down there? What kind of ceremony were they conducting, and why Helena, that is to say you, exists? The girl listens silently as I rattle off a string of questions. She listens earnestly, but shows no indication to answer them. After a long silence, she speaks at last. As Ethel stood before Helena D68, she couldn't help but to come to realize of how much of a caseful female she was learning. I shouldn't look any further into this. What do you mean? If you keep investigating, you'll end up like those people in the tanks. You'll end up dead because of me. I'll end up dead because of you? Is that why you don't want to stay here? Because you were worried about that? She falls silent again. There is an anxious look on her face, one that I've never seen on Helena's face before today. Since they look identical, I can't help but compare her to Helena, who's been with us all this time. You look alike, but your personalities couldn't be any more different. She meets my gaze, then practically shouts what she's thinking. I don't know how powerful they are, but you won't be able to get out easily if you get mixed up in this. From the moment I learned about Paradise was involved in this matter, I know that there is no way I could just stand idly by. Why don't you understand? You knew I wasn't your Helena back then. Why did you insist on taking me with you? You should have just taken your Helena. I told you before, right? Since you're Helena too, I had no reason to just abandon you there. And even you aren't Helena, there's nowhere to leave a child in a place like that. Stop pretending to be a good Samaritan. The things surrounding me are darker than you can imagine. There won't be any good end for you if you get involved in it. Too many people have already died because of me. I can't have any more. Do you even understand what I'm saying? I get it, yes. But we aren't going to die because of you. That's Helena? Why at the hell? What? Because she is cute unlike before. Nani? That's not Ethel. You didn't kill those villagers, and neither did you kill those state sex agents. What? It's not your fault that they died. It's the fault of that cult and the people behind them. If you shoulder the blame for their sins, you'll just be letting the true masterminds get away with their crimes. She's right. Cafe, who had been silent this time, suddenly stands up. Cafe? The follower of Paradise. They killed my sister, just like they killed those people in those tanks. They don't need a reason or motivation to hurt others. They do it because they want to. So, I can't accept what you're saying. I can't accept how you are taking this blame for hurting others when it's clearly those cultists at fault. I don't know what happened. I don't even know who I should be hating. But I want to do something. I want to change something. That's why I've been keeping Helena company, no matter which Helena it is. My sister is dead, and she's not coming back. But maybe, if I try hard enough, the people who would have suffered like my sister did won't have to be hurt. I'm sorry, I shouldn't be saying this to you. The air in the room goes silent. After saying a piece, Cafe sits back down and says no more. Thank you, Cafe. I look at Helena and address her in as kind and as firm tone as I can manage. Running away won't solve anything, and running away won't stop tragedies like that from happening again. I'm sure you understand that. But don't take everything onto yourself. Also, don't look down on us. You saw how we took out those Bujam and those mercenaries, right? We'll uncover everything about the Helena incident. Considering how the Helena ended up in my hands, I'm pretty sure you know how determined we are to interfere in this matter. It'll help her to add +1 to her harem, nothing else. Ethel has collected badges for harem. Nani? What harem? Helena D68 bites her lips. There seems to be a great struggle going on in her heart. Are you from State Sec too? Nope, but we can do more than they can. Helena D68 thinks for a moment. Then she speaks at last. Well, if you want to know, then I'll tell you. My memories are limited to what happened in that village. Nighttime Uniteds called me Lord, and those villagers looked at me as a miracle created by God. They said I could help everyone find Kavitas, and then lead everyone to freedom from pain and gain eternal life. Hola, Oki, welcome. Enjoying story? Yeah. Do you know what gravitas is? No, I don't. But I heard that it's what everyone's been searching for. In order to find this gravitas, they put me in those instruments and did all kinds of experiments on me. Experiments? Moral bloody experiments. Don't those various bastards have a single original bone in their bodies? Commander? Pardon me. What happened after that? After that, I learned that it was all fake. The villagers who were bathed in that so-called grace, they all became monsters. Golfe looks at me. So that's why Crefium. It all makes sense now. So that's the ceremony they were talking about. They controlled those monsters and turned them into the boot gems they were talking about. But I could hear the wailing and lamenting in their hearts. The ceremony made them obedient to me. But all I could do was give orders as that woman dressed in black commanded me. I didn't want to do this anymore. But there was nothing I could do except pray each day for a miracle to happen. And then, someone actually came to save me. I thought they were answering my prayers. One day, a group of people who said the same thing as you came to the underground complex. They said they were state sex agents, that they were going to save me. I was happy. Then they took me out of the tunnels. They told me to wait for the pickup in the village. But in the end, they never came. At that time, I didn't realize that they were probably in those tanks. I had nowhere else to go. My only company was lingering spirits of the fallen. At that time, all I could do was pray, and then my prayers were answered again. Another me descended from the heavens, shining brightly. So our Helena was drawn to you by your prayers. The girl hesitates for a moment, and then she nods reluctantly. Yeah, I think she heard my call. The fact that these Helenas can speak to each other's hearts is something that comes up before. It seems the similarities between them and Paradise's old Nita research warrants further investigation. Oh yes, there's one more thing. Who exactly is that person who possessed Helena? That consciousness who was talking to us? Why did you say she betrayed you? Our minds once lived in a sea of flowers. Back then, there were many copies of us. But we were killed by that voice. The memories of the Sea of Flowers told me that she was the first Helena. She did not accept us and wanted to kill us, so she would become the only one of her kind. We once had the chance to escape, but because of her betrayal, we were cast out of the Sea of Flowers. If it wasn't because of her, if I had just been more determined back then. Helena clenches her fist, and as she scrunches up her face, tears begin welling up in her corner of her eyes. I understand. Alright, you've saved enough for today. Go get some rest. My questions has been answered. What she said indicates that what happened before is essentially the same as what I theorized. Paradise took over the village, tricked its inhabitants into following their damn code, used them as test subjects to fuse them with plants, which they later combined into a Bujam, then tried to use the Helenas, who could hear psychic messages to control them. Meanwhile, Niter and those cultists were responsible for protecting and controlling the Helenas. Maggie Security was responsible for ensuring the perimeter was locked down. This was a comprehensive biological experimental setup. While I don't know what's the aim of all those experiments is, it's perfectly in keeping with Parada's way of doing things. And that also makes me certain that those bastards haven't been completely stamped out yet. Let us handle the rest. I promise you that nobody else will hurt you again. Go away, stay by her side. Also, we need to check on the condition of the Helena in the box.
Will do, Commander.
Springfield, please take care of them. We'll have to discuss our course of action going forward. Understood, Commander. Please leave it to me. Springfield nods to me and then she turns to the sniffling girl. Miss Helena, you haven't told us how you'd like us to address you. I think Helena is probably just a code name. I don't think you'd want to be called that forever. Yeah, right? I don't. I wasn't given a name. Then, how about you give this lovely little lady a name, Commander? A code like D68 isn't so much of a name after all. You want me to do it? In that case, I scoured my brain to try and come up with a nice sounding name for the girl before me.
We got another little girl in the party, let's go! Man, the addition to Elmo party is so far has been little girls. What is going on? We got Helena, we got Cafe, we got Vamply, we got Helena too. These are all little girls.
How about Melanie-san?
It's not too bad.
A Guardian of Soul. I'm sure those infected villagers must believe you could protect them even in the direst of situation.
I couldn't do it then. But
she looks up to me.
I think I understand the meaning behind that name. Please call me that from now on, Commander.
This is an audio clip with the resource ID Wolf. This is an audio clip with the resource ID Wolf 00032 or 08223062. They've arrived safely. Our missing comrades were confirmed to be there as well, right? Yes, they were killed. But their deaths are not in vain, thanks to the commander's intervention. She's still as much of a busybody as ever. Still, that's just how she is. They don't seem to approve. Her methods are highly inefficient, though they were effective at times. I don't understand her, but so long as she doesn't interfere with our mission, I won't oppose her. Perhaps that's just how humans think. She's just like she was, always so pretentious and very infuriating at times. That's high praise coming from you. However, my assessment is that we haven't gone deep enough. Perhaps we need to establish more direct contact. Very well. Since you're the leader now, I will obey without questions out of consideration for the mission's efficiency. Still, don't forget our original objective. Alva? Nani? Daddy?
Ethel grooming little girls FBI na. What do you like naming young coin the Colgate din? No hala. Ito payout nani. Home kindergarten, let's go. And just extra little girls too once you get a little at the party. I have no idea who those two are. Yeah, me too. What the hell is Alpha? Do they like eventually get forgotten or something? Ow. Okay guys, and that's it for the burping.
that would be it for the stream. It's already 11. This took way too long, I swear. Hold on. It took way too long, and like most of the voices are the same. It's kind of whack. So yeah, I'm gonna now. Thank you so much everyone for watching. This is Ethel Chamomile. If you like and subscribe, become member. Ethel. Thanks for the siam. Oh. Dun. What? Come on. Where's the thing? Oh, what the? Huh? Mother flipper. Thank you again for name. The Guido Petapi Peta Perez and the Bronze for me on Patreon. WM Abdul support me on FANBOX. Mikael Gobadbu remove Fat Cat Brian Noodle. Base Jet attacking Sas, Mimasmas for this Ham, Justin Brad seeking Crimson, Anan Superman Ekadeva Daki Paper Redentor, Timothy Josa ada Sans Tama Moskowai Ichinix Neko Haida Pagi Gamigan, Scott Tully Product Aldri Mugenome Badly Kyosuke Python Guys Fun and everyone support me. Should remember, thank you so much. Panadol, have a nice day, and take care. Asma. Cracking. My back, they be cracking. Alright, see you all. Wait, oh, it's not done yet. Awesome.